Hi, I'm Joy Crump, and I'm here from Foodie and Mercantile in historic downtown Fredericksburg. We've got a lot going on in all the restaurants in downtown Fredericksburg. We're really excited about that, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of our signature items, which is a black bean burger. So we're going to work on our black bean burgers today, and I think a good veggie burger has got to have all the elements that people crave from a meat burger, from a meat-based burger. So we really try and mimic those things and give you the same sort of feel. So I've got black beans as my base. We have a little bit of vegetables, so we're using red onion and red pepper. We use rice and a little fresh breadcrumb and egg as a binder. And then I've got some seasoning, salt, ancho spice, which is just like a chili spice, and garlic powder. Really, really simple. So with any good veggie burger, you're going to have like really nice texture, nice weight to it. When you bite into it, you want to get a little bit of crunch. You want to taste a little bit of fat. Those are all the things that people want when they want like a nice messy cheeseburger. So we try and give you that same sort of sensation here. The mother of this thing is a black bean burger, obviously, that's what it is, so it's black beans. And these have really nice like starch inside, so that when you blend them up, it's going to automatically stick together really nicely. So all you need for this guy, for this recipe really, is a food processor. And you kind of want to make sure you have that because you need to break up these black beans. We puree some of them, and then some of them we leave whole, and again, that's a real textural thing. So I go in first with my black beans, and then I hit some veg. In this case, we're using red peppers. I use purple onion, and then also cilantro. Cilantro's got like a really bright flavor, and since we're mixing in some spice later on with the black bean burgers, it's a really nice counterbalance. The thing that I think you need to not worry about at home is don't freak out if you don't have red peppers. If you've got green peppers, use green peppers. Don't freak out if you don't have purple onions. Go ahead and use yellow onions. I hate when you have like a cabinet full of ingredients that you've only used once for some random recipe. So just kind of get comfortable, use what you have. Another major component of a veggie burger is going to be a grain, and in this case we're just going to use regular white rice. And you can kind of maybe sense that like this is it's got a cool like sort of southwestern Mexican vibe, like peppers, cilantro, black beans, rice. That's the whole idea, is that you give it a little bit of continuity and it feels like it all works together, which it does. So I throw it in the food processor, and I'm going to turn it on. And I'm going to use the pulse button again because I don't want everything to be perfectly uniform. I don't mind if I see like a little chunk of pepper. I don't mind if I see a whole cilantro leaf, because that's going to, in the end, that's going to give your burger like texture and a little bit of variety that people welcome when they put it in their mouths. So I'm going to give this a nice little pulse here on the food processor. Pull it out, and you can see some of it is still in whole pieces, and others have been pureed a little bit, and that's what's going to work out in the end to help hold the whole thing together. So you're going to take this out of the food processor, and we're going to transfer it to a bowl. That way we can add our other ingredients. Now, if you were to kind of form this into a burger and put it in the oven like this, it's going to fall apart. It doesn't have enough to hold it together and bind it, and that's where the egg comes in. Egg contains protein, and those protein strands really hold everything together. And then I also use fresh breadcrumbs. And oh my God, please don't go to the store and buy breadcrumbs. It's like sand in a can. If you ever make fresh breadcrumbs, it's literally going to take you 10 seconds to take an old piece of bread, throw it in the food processor, and that's it. And you've got this, and it's real, right? And it almost didn't cost you anything because you were going to throw the bread away anyway. I know you were. So I put some breadcrumbs in. By the way, I'm going to put the recipe up, so I know how to do it by heart, but you'll have the exact measurements. And a little bit of egg yolk. That's going to bind it together. And then we season it. And once again, we're going that sort of Mexican southwestern route. Salt, because everything loves salt. Ancho powder. Ancho powder is like a smoky pepper. It's almost like chipotle, but it doesn't have the heat. It's almost like a chipotle pepper. And then a little bit of garlic powder. And again, if you don't have garlic powder at home, who cares? Use onion powder. If you don't have chipotle and you've got cayenne, who cares? Use cayenne. Don't go out and buy something that you're only going to use once. Just use what you're comfortable with and what you already have at home. So I said really the only thing that you need for this recipe is a food processor, and that's kind of true. We use at the restaurant, we also use a ring mold, and that's just to form the burgers into perfect burgers because I want them to be perfect every single time. At home, you can use your hands. All I do is I take a little pan spray, spray my pan so I don't have anything sticking, take my ring mold, you don't have to use one. I put a little mix in here. And it's going to be like a nice big old fat black bean burger. Cool thing about this recipe that I learned, because we tested it and we tested it and we tested it and we tested it, is that once it's cooked off, you can freeze it, stick in the freezer, pull out one at a time. You can heat it up in the oven. You can heat it up in a pan on top of the stove. It's really versatile. So I kind of dig that about these black bean burgers. Boom. So now you've got two perfect burgers. I'm going to go slide them in the oven. You're going to cook them at 350 for about 20 minutes. That's all it's going to take. So I'll be right back. All right. So I've got my two black bean burgers. So you can see some of the whole black beans that we left whole when we pureed it. We've also got mixed black beans in there. You can see like cilantro leaves, a little bit of stem, a little bit of red pepper. That all lends texture to your finished product, and I love that. So you can kind of see that you've got a lot going on in your burger. One of the things that we love to accomplish for vegetarians is we want to give them the same sensations that meat eaters get when they have like a really yummy burger. So they love the fat in that burger, they love the bacon, they love the cheese, the salt, the heat, all those things. So we try and give those elements in our black bean burger as well. And in this case, we're doing that by putting pimento cheese on the top, and we'll melt it. Now at home, it doesn't matter if you don't have pimento cheese. You can get that from the grocery store, or you can also use like sharp cheddar cheese. You can use provolone, anything you've got. You can use no cheese at all. But the point is, you want to give the same sensations that someone who's eating meat might get when they enjoy their burger. So in this case, we're going to use pimento cheese. We're going to spread a little bit on top. I'll do one with and one without. And you stick it back in the oven. And all you need is enough time to melt that cheese. So I'm going to stick it back in the oven. We'll be right back. I got my finished burger, one with cheese, one without. I think we're going to pick the one with cheese. Comes right off of this guy. Put it on your bun. We're going to go on top with a little, we use cilantro mayo, so I'm going to go on top with a little bit of cilantro mayo. We got some crunchy lettuce. All right, that's how you make a black bean burger at home. We hope you come down and try ours, and we have a lot of other things on our menu at Foodie and Mercantile. And while you're here, stop at a lot of other places in downtown Fredericksburg. We've got a lot to see and do.